All right, folks, welcome to another day with Mr. Flores in the art classroom. Today we are going to go over color mixing and the color wheel. With our watercolors, it's very important that we need to learn how these colors mix and what happens when we mix certain colors. All right, so I want you to look right here. We're going to go ahead and zoom in. It says, what is the purpose of the watercolor wheel? A color wheel is a tool for mixing colors, and it is a way to see the results of mixing watercolor pigments together. Pigment is just another word for color. The color wheel will teach you how to make secondary, tertiary colors quickly and to help you expand your mixing range. All right. So we already know about the color wheel. We know about our primary colors, secondary, and tertiary. All right. But let's see, sometimes you might be limited to what you have in these watercolor palette. So let's see if we can make these red violets, these red oranges, yellow oranges, and so forth. Okay, and if you're confused about violet, purple and violet are the same thing. They're just different tones, but basically purple and violet are the same. All right, let's keep on going. So let me show you this. So what I want you to do today is we are going to be making our color wheel. And as you can see, I have my own sketchbook as well. And I already did my color wheel with my watercolor paints, okay? I want you to do the same thing too. It's very easy just by adding each color where it should go. And if you don't have a red orange, put red and then orange to see what colors, see how those colors mix together, all right? And I made my color wheel. I did a little color mixing. I did warm and cool to see what would happen, all right? So on this middle page, it says mixing complementary colors. Complementary colors are colors that are opposite in the color wheel. So the opposite of red is what? That's right, the opposite of red is green. And the opposite of orange is what? Very good, the opposite of orange is blue. And the opposite of violet is what? Very good, is yellow. All right, so what happens when you mix complementary colors together? It says colors opposite in the color wheel. So I want you to mix red and green and see what happens, yellow and purple and see what happens, and blue and orange and see what happens. All right. Our very last one is a value scale study. Okay. I want you to pick only one color. All right. And if you notice here, it says the darkest is the purest color. So I want you to pick a color from your color palette. Most likely I would pick a darker color such as red, blue, maybe a green and purple. All right. I would stay away from yellow and orange since they tend to be lighter, but it's up to you what color you want to pick. So say you pick blue. So you put the darkest blue you can right here with your watercolors. And then what I want you to do is with your paintbrush, I want you to add a little bit of water every time. So it says right here, add water each time to brush to make it lighter. And I'm going to show you what I did in my sketchbook to do that. So I did a value scale study as well, okay, and I used certain colors and paints. And as you can see, I used the purest color, and I just added water every time to the paintbrush to see what I can get. And of course, white is going to be not the color white, but white is just going to be the paper. So don't worry about painting white right here. This would be the lightest color with water in it, and then this one would just be the actual paper. All right, as you can see, I did also another value study where I printed out a picture of cherries, I drew them, and then I painted them to see how I can get that sphere shape, all right? The lightest values, darkest values, and so forth. All right, folks, I can't wait to see how they all come out. You are going to print this. If you cannot print this, go ahead and do the color wheel in your sketchbook. I want you to mix the complementary colors, and I want you to pick one color to do a value scale study. All right, folks, can't wait to see how they all come out.